You're 76. Every morning, same routine. You make that bowl of oatmeal because your doctor said it's heart healthy. You're doing the right thing, right? Wrong. That oatmeal is causing a hidden problem inside your blood vessels. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening in your arteries right now, and the one simple thing you can add to fix it. When you were 25, your blood vessels were like brand new garden hoses, flexible, smooth, springy. At 75? They're stiff, cracked, lined with tiny plaques like barnacles clinging to rough spots. And here's what nobody explains, even your healthy oatmeal causes a blood sugar surge that slams into those already damaged artery walls. 3 times a day. Every single day. That's the hidden damage that turns, "I feel fine," into waking up one morning unable to feel your right arm. Your words won't come out right. Stroke. Heart attack. Independence gone. But there's something you can add to that same bowl of oatmeal, no prescription, no fancy supplement, that makes your arteries relax, eases blood pressure down, and helps those tiny cracks heal instead of getting attacked after every meal. It's 1 to 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flaxseed. Looks boring. Acts like a biochemical bodyguard for your blood vessels. When you put ground flaxseed on oatmeal after 75, your arteries don't just age slower, they start acting younger. We're talking about changes that can lower stroke risk, ease blood pressure, and sharpen blood flow to your brain. But here's the twist: what happens in your blood vessels in the first 2 hours after that oatmeal and flax breakfast might be more important than what happens after 6 months. So let's zoom in. What actually happens the first days you start adding flax? You sprinkle this tan, ground powder onto your oats. You're thinking, this is it? This is the big secret? Texture's a bit nutty. Maybe weird at first. A few hours later, you notice more rumbling in your belly. Maybe an extra bathroom trip. That's not rejection, that's your gut bacteria waking up from a long nap. Here's what's really happening inside. Every time you eat, your blood turns into a highway. Sugar, fats, cholesterol, thousands of tiny trucks racing through your arteries. At 25, your artery walls handle the traffic. At 75, those walls are thin, tired, carrying scars. Picture oatmeal alone versus oatmeal with flax. Oatmeal has soluble fiber that slows sugar down a bit. But flaxseed adds extra fiber plus something called mucilage, turning your breakfast into a slow-release system. Without flax, even a healthy bowl lets a wave of sugar slam into your blood all at once. Like blasting a sandblaster against old wallpaper. With ground flax, that sugar comes out like a gentle drip. Your insulin doesn't spike as high. Your artery walls don't get smacked as hard. Less after-breakfast crash. Less shaky feeling. Less sudden sleepiness. Your blood vessels are lined with the endothelium. Think of it as Teflon coating inside your arteries. Over decades, every blood sugar spike, every wave of fat, every cigarette, every stressful night scrapes that coating. Teflon turns into Velcro. And Velcro grabs onto cholesterol. With flax and oats together, fewer spikes means fewer daily scrapes. Less LDL cholesterol floating around because fiber binds it and sends it out. Researchers drew blood before and after people ate meals with flax. They saw lower sugar peaks and fewer harmful fat particles right away. Not in 6 months. Right away. That extra fiber feeds gut bacteria that turn it into short-chain fatty acids, tiny molecules that calm inflammation and help your arteries relax. Some of that starts in days. It builds over weeks. Flax is also packed with plant omega-3s called ALA. Think of it as anti-rust oil for your blood vessels. These fats tell your body to make fewer angry chemicals that tighten arteries and more calm-down signals that let them relax. In one study, older adults with high blood pressure got about 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed hidden in food every day. They didn't even know if they were getting it or a placebo. After a few months, the flax group dropped their top blood pressure number by about 10 points. That's the kind of drop that can cut stroke risk by 30 to 40%. And those changes start with exactly what you're doing, feeding your arteries a different breakfast. No. Start with 1 teaspoon. Work up to 1 or 2 tablespoons over 2 to 3 weeks. Think of fiber as a sponge. You want enough water so it stays soft, not like concrete. In those first days, you might feel more gurgling. Maybe run to the bathroom more. What you don't feel, but is already happening, is less scraping, less sugar shock, less stickiness inside your arteries. Keep this up for a few weeks, and your blood vessels don't just get less damaged after breakfast, they start acting like they've turned back the clock. Something weird happens. Instead of feeling heavier and slower with each passing year, you notice little sparks of the opposite. Walking upstairs doesn't leave you as winded. Your hands and feet aren't as icy. That crushing tiredness after lunch? It's softer, or gone. The secret behind all this is one tiny gas your body makes, nitric oxide. This is the stuff that tells your blood vessels, relax. Open up. Let the blood flow. Think of nitric oxide as Wi-Fi for your arteries. One little signal from the lining, and the whole blood vessel network knows it's time to loosen up. After 75, your nitric oxide system is burned out. Decades of high blood pressure, high sugar, smoking, or stress mean your artery lining stops sending strong relax signals. Instead, it sends tense-up messages. That's why vessels get stiff, blood pressure creeps up, and your heart has to push harder. Your humble oatmeal with flax becomes a daily nitric oxide support kit. Less oxidative stress means nitric oxide doesn't get soaked up as quickly. Anti-inflammatory effects from omega-3s and lignans calm down the very cells that control vessel tightening. Short-chain fatty acids from fiber whisper to those cells, you don't have to be on red alert all the time. The result? Your artery walls remember how to relax again. A young artery is like a flexible garden hose. Squeeze it and it springs back. An old, damaged artery is like a brittle plastic pipe. Hit it with pressure and it doesn't give, it cracks. Science shows that flax can make those pipes a bit more hose-like again. Not 20 years old, but measurably more elastic. That 10-point drop in the top number and 7-point drop in the bottom number from flax? That's your flexible hose coming back. That's your heart not having to slam blood through tight pipes every second of every day. That might mean the difference between a doctor saying, "We need to add another pill," and, "You know what, your numbers actually look better this visit." When your arteries relax, more blood reaches where it matters, your brain, your heart muscle, your legs. Less dizziness when you stand up. Sharper focus when you read or follow a conversation. More power in your legs when you climb stairs or step off a curb. No, a tablespoon of flaxseed doesn't magically dissolve decades of plaque. Let's be honest. What it can do is change the quality of that plaque. Less inflammation means it's more like a firm scar and less like a soft, angry pimple waiting to burst. It's like turning a ticking time bomb inside your artery into a rock cemented into the wall, still there, but far less likely to explode. Researchers talk about vascular age. Two 78-year-olds can have arteries that look 20 years apart. By lowering blood pressure, improving elasticity, and calming inflammation, your oatmeal and flax ritual nudges your vascular age in the right direction. Quick question, have you ever changed one thing in your breakfast and actually seen your blood pressure, your energy, or even your mood change? Drop your story in the comments. And if this is helping you, hit that like button so more people over 60 actually get this kind of science explained in plain English. This isn't about a magical food. It's about giving your 75-year-old body the raw materials it's been begging for 3 times a day for decades. You're not broken. Your arteries are just responding to the instructions they get. Change the instructions, and they start to change too. Just when you think this is only about hearts and blood pressure, something unexpected starts happening, in your brain, your skin, even the most private parts of your health. Your brain wakes up. Your brain uses about 20% of your blood flow. When your arteries open up even a little, your brain is one of the first to notice. Remembering names faster. Following conversations more easily. Less mid-sentence blanking. Flatter blood sugar curves and healthier gut bacteria are tied to lower anxiety and depression in multiple studies. That calm focus you feel after breakfast? That's biology, not placebo. Your gut starts working again. Nobody likes to talk about constipation. But after 75, it's huge. Straining, hemorrhoids, that heavy, toxic feeling. Flax's mix of soluble and insoluble fiber pulls water into the stool and keeps things moving. Less fear of, will I be able to go? Less reliance on laxatives. Your joints and skin calm down. Inflammation doesn't just hit your arteries. It shows up on your face and in your knees. Omega-3s and antioxidants in flax can calm inflammatory pathways. Slightly calmer redness. Less dry flaky patches. Maybe a little less morning joint stiffness. Hormones get balanced. Flax is one of the richest sources of plant compounds called lignans. They're weak estrogen-like molecules that can actually balance your natural hormones. If your body's estrogen is a loud singer off-key, lignans are like a backup singer that steps in and softens the sound. Some studies show reduced hot flashes and better cholesterol numbers in postmenopausal women with flax. Aren't seeds dangerous if I have diverticulosis? For years, people were told, no seeds, no nuts, they'll get stuck in the pockets. Large studies now show the opposite. People who eat more nuts and seeds don't get more flare-ups. If anything, higher fiber is protective. Finely ground flax in oatmeal is soft and mixes into a gel, there's nothing sharp about it. Isn't this too much fiber for my age? Most adults over 70 get maybe half the fiber they need. Your gut isn't fragile porcelain. It's just out of practice. Start low, go slow, add water. If you ramp up over weeks, most discomfort settles as the microbiome adapts. I'm on blood thinners. Won't omega-3s make me bleed? The amount of plant omega-3 in 1 to 2 tablespoons of flax is gentle. At normal food doses, studies don't show dramatic bleeding risks. But if you're on warfarin or strong blood thinners, loop your doctor in before any big diet change, especially if you also take fish oil or supplements. Plant estrogens cause cancer, don't they? Lignans from flax are often misunderstood. They don't flood your body with estrogen. They can block stronger estrogens from binding, acting more like a shield. In fact, several studies in women with a history of breast cancer found that flax either had neutral effects or was linked to better outcomes, not worse. Still, talk with your oncologist if you're in active treatment. Oatmeal is just sugar. Isn't that bad for diabetes? Those little flavored packets with brown sugar are dessert, not medicine. But thick rolled oats or steel-cut oats, especially with flax, slow down digestion and can actually improve blood sugar control over time. Monitor your glucose. Some may even need medication adjustments as numbers improve. At my age, diet won't make a difference. It's all genetics now. Genes load the gun. Lifestyle pulls the trigger, or takes your finger off it. That flax blood pressure study I mentioned? Those weren't 20-year-olds. Many were older, with established hypertension. Their numbers still moved. Your body is still listening. It might respond slower than at 30, but it absolutely responds. Will oatmeal with flax replace every pill? No. Will it turn 85-year-old arteries into those of a teenager? Of course not. But meal after meal, it can take pressure off your medications, off your doctor, and most importantly, off your heart. Zoom out from 30 days to the next 5 to 10 years. Picture two futures. Person A at 85, multiple hospital stays, can't walk a block without stopping, afraid of falling, on 5 blood pressure meds. Person B at 85, same birth year, same city, but can still walk to the park, carry groceries, remember appointments, live at home. The difference isn't luck alone. It's thousands of tiny choices, one of the biggest being what hits their bloodstream 3 times a day. Every meal is a message to your blood vessels. Oatmeal with sugar says, brace yourself, storm incoming. Oatmeal with ground flax says, you can relax. We've got this. You can't control how old you are. You can control the message you send every morning. This isn't a trick. It's a ritual. A quiet, boring, powerful ritual. The people who age well almost always have boring superpowers, the same walk after dinner, the same simple breakfast, the same consistent sleep. Here's what it actually looks like on your kitchen counter. Use rolled or steel-cut oats. Avoid sugary instant packets. Cook with water or unsweetened plant milk. Skip or cut way down on added sugar. Add 1 teaspoon of freshly ground flaxseed at first. After a week, go up to 2 teaspoons, then 1 tablespoon, then up to 2 tablespoons if your gut is happy. It must be ground, coffee grinder or by pre-ground, and keep it in the fridge, so your body can actually access the nutrients. Add berries, cinnamon, or a few crushed walnuts for extra vascular love. Drink a glass of water with breakfast. If you track blood pressure or blood sugar, write the numbers down. Bring them to your doctor, especially if they creep lower. Fast forward 5 years of this ritual. Your vascular age might be 5-10 years younger than your birth certificate. Maybe that means you still drive yourself to see friends. You still climb the bleachers at your grandkids' game. You still remember where you put your keys. You can't go back and change your first 75 years, but you can absolutely change the message your breakfast sends to your blood vessels tomorrow morning. I don't care if you're 55, 75, or 95. Your body is still building tomorrow's arteries out of what you feed it today. This one habit won't fix everything. But it's simple, it's cheap, and you control it. If this helped you see your oatmeal in a completely new way, tap that like button so more people over 60 actually get this information instead of just another ad for a pill. Hit subscribe if you want more science explained in plain language for real, aging bodies, not 20-year-old gym models. And please, share this with someone in your life who eats oatmeal every morning. A parent, a grandparent, a neighbor. This might be the most important 10 minutes they've spent on their health all year. If you're wondering what else you can do after meals to protect your arteries, click the video on your screen right now. Click through, and let's keep learning on how to age well. See you there.